Yeah, we won. Finally,
we knew we'd win. We knew we'd win.
We did. And you know what? People have been so negative. Oh, you're going to go 1-16. We're 2-3.
It was
We're
an
back in it.
organizational failure to beat Denver.
Well, yeah.
How did an organizational failure beat Denver?
I don't know. And Denver was an All-Stars. They were 3-1. I mean, how is that?
I have to say, it's time for my celebratory drink here.
Hell yeah.
A Yingling, Pennsylvania Yingling. You can hear the golden pilsner filling the
You can hear it. So, we're 2-3. We're right back in it. We're making moves. We had some injuries that came out of that game, but we're making moves. We picked up Anthony Miller. He's on our practice squad. You think we're going to promote him pretty quickly? Not this week?
Not this week. After the bye.
Yeah.
I think that was a huge pickup. Underrated. If that was anybody else on the news, it'd be a big deal. They were making a big deal when they said Jacksonville signed him.
It changed real fast when they were talking about us.
With us, and nobody's talking about it. They hate us, man.
Yeah, he only became a free agent last week. He was drafted 51st overall in 2018, and that was out of Memphis. With the Bears for 3 years, had 11 touchdowns there. I mean, that's pretty good.
He was the 10th ranked slot receiver in the league coming into this year.
Yeah, that's not bad. And Bears traded him to the Texans.
10th ranked.
Yeah, that's great.
Out of how many? I mean,
hundreds.
Right.
Hundreds.
That's pretty good.
He played in 2 games this year for the Texans and had a touchdown. And then they released him last week.
They have no quarterback. So
it's a good pickup.
Before we talk about the win, we did lose Juju, and they said for the year, but I see he's eligible to return.
Yeah, he's not on season-ending IR.
No, he's not. Same with Alualu. And that's where you can't listen to Ian Rappaport when he comes out with a report saying he had surgery last night and he's done for the year. First of all, he didn't have surgery till today.
Right. Yeah, he was wrong.
He's not technically done for the year. If they don't make the playoffs, he probably is done for the year.
If he could be back. Yeah.
So how do we make up? I know Tomlin said in his presser that we will have multiple guys playing Juju's spot besides Miller, who's a different type of player.
I think that's better in a way.
I do too.
And you put Claypool in the slot. I think that's even better.
Claypool was in the slot this week.
Right, and that opened up a lot more.
He was 5 of 6.
Yeah.
Had 2 touchdowns.
He had 135 yards this week, and Juju had 136 on the year.
Right, and only 15 catches.
Yeah.
And Juju, he had 1 rushing touchdown. He had no receiving touchdowns.
I
love
Juju. Right.
He's a good blocker.
Yep.
But I think of all the receivers, the three starting receivers, we will miss him the least of. And that makes me sad because I love him so much.
Yeah, it's not like we're not going to miss him. It's just that we would miss him the least.
I'm not saying he sucks.
Exactly.
I'm saying with the way we used him in our offense, which was probably wrong, the way we used him, we should have used him deeper more, which I think we would have. We're not going to miss him that much. We can make up for that with Derek Watt. We can make up with that with Freiermuth, with Ebron, with and Claypool in the slot, who's going to be going down the middle deeper. He's going to be in the Pro Bowl, dude.
If he plays down the seam, we can open things up. I mean, we are opening things up after having a good running game.
And what do we say? We said it a million times in the preseason. 5 new offensive linemen, you're going to struggle. It's going to take some time.
Yeah.
People were panicking. And now we dominated that game. And
people got to give drive.
Denver credit for coming back.
Yeah, that shouldn't have happened.
It shouldn't have
happened.
When
we play prevent defense, we get destroyed.
I don't understand why we're not blitzing more, and we didn't blitz in the fourth quarter at all.
No, and that's
and
was
the
happened. Issue. Yeah, they passed all over us.
And we got lucky that they didn't tie, or at least didn't score and go for 2.
Altogether, though, I mean, we predicted a few things. We predicted, so I don't want to say Pierre had a good game because he did give up a big score, but that interception at the end was clutch. We predicted that.
That and the tackle he made that saved a touchdown.
Clutch, yeah.
I love those things.
That move he made with that pick was good. I mean, a lot of corners.
He almost had another pick, too.
He did, but a lot of corners in the end zone, they don't turn around. They just throw their hands up, and they don't turn their head around. He turned his head around quick.
What the mistake he made, though, on the touchdown he gave up, he did look back for the ball around the 18-yard line.
See, he looked up too soon.
He's not fast enough to.
Right.
Yeah, so he's learning. He's going to learn that.
Right, but that was a good veteran move, the way he made that in the end zone.
Oh, yeah. And you know who did not have a good game, though, was Hayden.
They did a lot of chip shots against him.
He actually,
14,
you can see the
15-yard
speed
passes.
diminishing. He's a great. I love Hayden.
Oh, yeah.
But you can see the speed, But I'm still not too worried. I still think the defense hasn't reached its potential with the pass rush. Highsmith and Watt can't be 100%. Those guys,
No,
But
not
Denver
yet.
did a nice job of taking them out.
But people are stepping up. Look, like I said, Mondo is.
Mondo,
He ended up
the
getting
French
a sack.
Revolution
I texted you.
is on.
I said this guy's playing great. He's
Yeah.
going to get a sack, and like 3 plays later, he got a sack. I'm like, you could see it. He was
Yes.
actually really far back.
He did a little
But
spin
he did-
move.
Yeah,
I
like
that.
the guy.
That's awesome.
we're giving him a chance, and he's out
and
there.
here's one thing too with this team is so many young guys got experience now. When our
Yeah.
regulars come back like Tuitt and the offensive line,
we deep.
we're going to be deep. We don't even know who to start on the line now. I'm not
Yeah.
saying they're all Pro Bowlers,
No,
but
we have cohesion though. So
Right.
now you're kind of like, well, I want to take anybody
and actually,
out.
you know,
If we take one out,
Chooks
it would be Chooks. I think.
made some mistakes, but he actually played well. Or at least
Penalties though. His name got
Penalties.
called twice, right? With
yeah,
penalties
but
that pissed
other
me
than
off.
that, though, he stopped Von Miller.
That's true. Von Miller's a dominant outside backer.
So we'll see. I think this week they'll keep it the same. You know,
Yeah.
they call Haig Colonel Haig. He, I don't want to lose him as a backup and displace him, cut him, and put Banner in there.
No.
I hope we don't do that.
Well, we've got
because somebody
we've
will
got
sign
this-
Haig the next day.
We're gonna have to pick up a backup guard because Coward's gone.
He's such a coward. That guy.
I can't blame him. And he went.
No, you
He
can't.
went to Jacksonville, right?
He actually, yeah, he did. I think they did it on purpose.
Yeah.
They're pissed that we took Miller. But the thing is, he wasn't ready to start. He's not ready. He's a project.
No, but we need depth there.
Yeah.
We don't have a lot of guard depth now.
Well, here's the thing, though. Finney can play guard, and so can Hassenauer. Hassenauer can play guard.
Can he play guard?
Yes.
Now I know he could come
so-
up and play center,
He
and
played
Green could
guard
kick
last
over to
year,
guard.
and so could Green. So
Right.
we have some guys that can
You can
multitask.
you
And
can
actually,
move
I think
around.
Haig can play guard too. He played guard before.
So he plays anything apparently.
Right, he plays flutes.
Jumbo tight end.
Skin flute.
Okay,
violin.
I'm not going to say that, Captain Haig.
General Haig.
General Haig. I like
Colonel
that.
Haig.
Colonel. We're resting it all up. There's not a lot to complain about. I mean, a win. We scored more than 24 points, so we're not in that category anymore.
Ben Roethlisberger. He actually threw the ball and he threw it hard. There were times they were trying to intercept it, went right.
Did
through
you
their
notice
hands.
though? He only dropped back for 25 passes.
And that's what we need him to do
That's
every week.
perfect. Yeah, that's
There
perfect.
might be games where he has to throw more to get us back.
But
in the
we
game.
win when we run the ball, and we
Yes.
did.
Yeah,
Najee,
wonder what the record. It's got to be
he had 23 rushes
like
for 100.
202 or something like that when we run the ball.
What?
For over 100 yards.
What are you talking about?
The record is
Oh yeah, we win way more. It's like 80%.
Yeah.
Najee was 23 rushes for 122 yards. Man, that's perfect.
Yeah.
And the other thing I was going to say is with these moves that are happening and injuries and whatever, it's a lot of teams could just say, "Oh, we're injured." We don't want to spend more money. And Colbert, he's picking
Like
people
a lot
up,
of teams
man.
lost receivers and they didn't
pick up
anybody
anybody. Right.
We still got Taco. We haven't even brought the tacos out yet.
Carl Joseph hasn't even played a snap.
No, he played 2 snaps.
Oh, did he?
And
I didn't even see him
he's
out
staying
there.
on the 53 too. If you
Good.
didn't notice.
That's good. That's good.
And he talked about it today that he loves this organization and how hard it was for him being on a practice squad. But he's so thankful to have an opportunity on such a talented team.
See, he's gonna fucking go hard now.
Yeah, and
Sorry, I
hope he
should
goes
watch
hard
my
in 2
language.
weeks. Schobert.
To give it to the Browns.
Yes.
Yeah, I like that. We made some other moves. So the Lions picked Mark Gilbert off our practice squad. Not a big deal.
No, it's
We
not.
picked up another cornerback, Lyndon Stevens, who most recently came from the Ravens, actually. So
I heard his grandfather's Cat Stevens.
I don't know who that is. I don't get your
A lot of
joke.
people will know Cat Stevens.
I don't get your joke.
He
Who's
was a
Cat
singer in
Stevens?
the 70s.
Oh,
Look it
see,
up.
I wasn't
It's
on.
horrible, but I doubt it's his grandpa.
Was he before Iron Mike?
Mike who?
Iron Mike?
The boxer?
No, man, isn't that Iron Mike Webster? Isn't he Iron Mike?
Oh, no, yeah.
What are
he
you
was
talking
before
about?
Iron
What
Mike.
are you talking about?
But Iron Mike's not a singer. This guy was a singer.
Oh, I
Cat
thought you said he
Stevens.
was a center.
No, he's a singer. Yeah.
I'm like, who the hell is this guy? I never heard of this guy before. I didn't know what you were
Yeah,
talking
he's
about.
a singer,
I
man.
thought you said center. I'm like, what is this?
Yeah, he was a center right before Mike Webster kicked the shit out of him.
Then he went to California and became a singer. And he said, I'm done with this shit. Yeah.
So, yeah, I thought we played well. Claypool looked good in the slot, and that's where he's going to be, I think. And we didn't even have Washington. I felt bad for the guy. One guy made a hell of a block, the Cody White. Did you see that block?
He did, actually, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
And I felt bad he dropped that pass. It was right to him. That would have been a big
Gotta
play.
have that,
Gotta
man.
make him. But
Yeah.
I think
He
he'll
had
get
played
more
pretty
chances.
well. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would like to see Sims or somebody
I
brought
know.
up who's just fast. They can just run down the field.
It's good when we have all these like big names on our practice squad. It's like when are they going to play? You want them to play.
They're like B average players, but they're good enough that they would be starting on some other teams.
Right.
But I just want to see that speedy person because that'll open up so much
we
stuff.
need that, yeah. But yeah.
Maybe we're saving that for some divisional play, or after the bye. People forget.
Yeah. I think that we're built for divisional play in this division. We're not getting any love. We still didn't move up much in the power rankings.
20th.
People
21st, I think.
Anybody else beats Denver. All you heard about was how great Denver was.
Seattle's still 20th, even though they don't have Russell Wilson. How's that work? We're 21st.
Well, we'll talk about them in another episode coming up, but they're in trouble, dude.
Yeah. So we...
Highsmith still got to get that sack this week, baby.
You better, man. You better. I don't want to have to take down your jersey. I think I'm jinxing you like everybody else that I've had their jersey up. I was going to say, Denver, their two strengths were they were limiting opponents to 12 points per game average, which we said, they didn't play anybody that great.
Right, but they still were. And then they were getting over 100 yards, guaranteed rushing per game. We limited Javonte Williams to 8 rushes for 61 yards. Wow.
That's dominant, man.
And he had a big run, too. Take that away.
Yeah, right.
And that was actually Minka's fault on that. He missed the tackle there.
Yeah.
But it happens. The guy's a good player.
Can't be perfect.
And, they were very well coached. That team, Denver, very well coached and class. And, we just one thing I do worry about it. We shut down the main guy, but then other guys, we make them look like Pro Bowlers. I don't know if we were playing off. I don't know.
That's what we do.
Yeah.
But there was that guy, Patrick. That guy doesn't drop the ball, though.
No, he's pretty good.
Yeah, they said he's got 100 and some odd games.
Denver's always a hard.
We
struggled against them last year. They had the ball at the end of the game last year.
I don't think we struggled against them this week. We beat the shit out of them.
Yeah,
but we let them come back.
Right, and that was actually a great play by Bridgewater too.
Yeah. Now, how about the fact that 2 games in a row we have opening touchdowns?
Yeah,
first
great.
tries. I love to see it, man. We needed that.
Man, it's so good when you got the lead, and then when the lead goes away, it's like really another heart attack game. Can we have one game that's not a heart attack?
No, not
good
like Tom.
Lord.
No, we need a blowout. We need another one. I think we're going to beat the shit out of Seattle, but we'll get to that in another episode. Do you want to get to some emails, some messages? We've got a ton this week.
Yeah. Back to the game and other injuries. I don't think there was anything major.
Bush left with a groin, right?
Yeah, and I think he practiced limited today. So
yeah. He's fine.
Yeah, so that's good news.
Little stuff, bumps and bruises.
Yeah, I got a couple emails. I got one from Walter White, who's a big supporter of the podcast and the page. He says, on a plus note, the Ravens tied, not passed, the 100-yard per game rushing record with 43 consecutive games. Guess who else has the record? The Steelers. So I'm glad they didn't pass us for that because they don't deserve that. It's a different time now. But, I mean, they do run the ball while Lamar mostly. But
it is very different.
But, yeah.
Walter White, man, that's straight out of Breaking Bad.
Like and then another email or a message from TJ Trimbach. He says, "Oh hell yeah, we just won. That makes me want to put my football game on my Xbox 360. Actually, have 2 football games. I'm going to do that, of course. I always play. There's only one team only, and that's the Steelers. Whoop whoop whoop.
Hell yeah, yeah. Whoop whoop whoop.
And then there's one more message from Ernie France, and it was before the game. And he says, I'm tired of hearing about our band Fire Tomlin. It ain't got nothing to do with Ben Tomlin, maybe.
Yep.
But Mike Tomlin has been a solid piece of this franchise for 15 years. With that said and done, our scouting is terrible. What's worse than that, our offensive line is the epitome of horrible. That's due to scouting. And Mike Tomlin implementing those people on the offensive line. Leave Ben and Tomlin alone. Point the finger towards scouting. I disagree with that.
I don't agree with that. Yeah, we don't scout perfect. I think we're a top 5.
Look at the players that we.
I think we
Dan
coach.
Moore
I think we coach well.
Yeah, we do. But we also draft players that fit our scheme.
I agree with that.
I don't think we've had bad draft. Look at our receivers.
No, I mean Colbert. I think is widely known as potentially the best drafting GM in the league.
Right. Every team misses. Every team misses.
Yeah.
What's this guy's name?
Ernie, right?
Ernie. Every team misses. And he was frustrated. I was.
I would
frustrated.
blame before the last week though, we were blaming the offensive line. I mean, that was not acceptable.
No, it's not acceptable.
Now it's better though.
It's better, and hopefully we don't take a step back. And we will.
No, we're going to be confident after this game.
But I think by the end of the year, we're going to have one of the best young offensive lines in the league.
Yeah,
we said that all along.
What did we say? Baptized in blood, man. You're going into war together, and you guys are gonna join together.
Hopefully, we stay healthy,
brothers.
We get healthier. And we peak when it counts, not now.
We're getting our injuries out of the way.
Last year we peaked now, and doesn't count as much.
I'd rather be 2-3.
So you got some emails, right?
I do. I've got a bunch from Ben Franco and Ben
Franklin.
Ben Franco.
Oh,
I was like, man, these are two famous Steeler names here. I was thrown off for a second, but he's emailing from down under in Australia. He emailed a bunch of times before the game and
it's
after.
Warm down under.
Well, it's moist. He oh man, I got lost in the replies here. He just reached out, said he's from Bolly Point, Australia. You're the first Australia email we've gotten, so thank you, man.
Thanks, Ben.
He said he's just been watching everyone hang us out to dry after 4 games actually, so this was an earlier one. And he said that everyone was blaming Ben, and he heard an interesting stat from the Ravens versus Broncos game. Did they play?
Yeah,
they did. Yeah, that's right. Ravens beat them, and he said he found it insulting. The commentator said after about 2 minutes left on the clock, the Ravens were 5 yards short of the 100-yard rushing game. He said no biggie, but what he said shocked me badly. Next, he said if they gained 5 yards, they would tie the Steelers for that 1973 to 76.
That was what that was all about with Harbaugh.
Yeah. And so Lamar got 8 or something on that next play, and it tied us or whatever it was. And so he was pissed. Long story short, but he said last time I checked, didn't Franco and Rocky run us to 2 titles in that time? And what the hell has Lamar done? Nothing. So we've had a lot of back and forth. I'm going to show a picture here with Ben. Ben sent me his black and gold surfboard. I think he called it the Killer Bee.
Wow, that's awesome.
I got a bunch of pictures. Look at that beach in the background.
That's beautiful. Yeah, that's a pretty beach.
Australia's badass. I mean,
hey, he's not mad that we cut Jordan Berry. Isn't he from Australia?
He is from Australia. He didn't say anything. I'll ask him. He's been going back and forth.
Well, thanks, Ben. We love our listeners from all over the world. We have a lot down in Puerto Rico, Mexico, and first one from Australia we've heard from. Thank you. Tell your friends, man.
Yeah. So we appreciate you reaching out, and we do have one from our boy. Oh man, Ben just sent me another email as we're talking.
Oh boy!
But I'll address that one in another video. Because Ben, we got to show the love a little bit, man. Bob Smith emailed too. Bob Smith, thanks for reaching out. Said, "Good evening, gentlemen. Are the Steelers' offensive stats against the Broncos painting a false negative?" That's interesting.
False negative. What's he mean?
That I'm taking it to mean like if Najee got 120 some odd rushing yards. Should we be confident about that, or is that not really something that good?
No, it's good.
The Broncos were the number 2 defense in that game, right?
The success rate in the last 2 games were 70, and I think there was 74 run success rate for this game. That's unheard of.
That's but
that's
I think the question, and I kind of get his point though, is like going into this though, everyone thought the Broncos defense was good, but who did they play? You know what I mean? So maybe they're not that good,
but it's not.
Maybe they're not.
No,
you know what I mean?
No, but.
And so maybe we just walked all over them because it was not a big deal. No, we'll see.
I think it was a little of both.
A little of both.
The line didn't kill themselves. We weren't behind the chains, and we weren't behind on a scoreboard.
Now, if that was a really good defense, we still probably would have gotten 80 or 90 yards rushing, I think.
Right. Well, we'll find out in time.
Yeah, so, Bob, I may have misunderstood that, but I take that to mean.
Play a defense that good for a while.
No, especially not this week. It's the worst defense in history, almost. Right. So, and then he said, also, can Pierre's interception be a key factor in Steelers' mindset going forward? Yeah, confidence.
But he's still not going to start. Cam's going to start.
Cam's inside, though, isn't he?
I don't think so.
I thought they moved him in. Pierre's been in a lot. Millett has been.
Yeah, Pierre has. He'll be in again.
Yeah, and they rotate.
You know what?
Everybody.
Young DB's got to learn.
Yeah, I just like how they rotate.
Just like everybody thinks you start a rookie DB and he's going to be fine. That's one of the hardest positions on the team.
I agree.
So is tight end. Those 2 are the hardest to learn.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I just like, the confidence, man. Confidence is important.
Very
and,
important.
of course, Bob, I ain't no suspect. So
You
he
actually
says,
are. You need to get your ass back to work, Bob.
not
Haven't
living
seen
a
him in 2
life of
weeks.
crime. Hashtag not living a life of crime. Well, it sounds criminal that you're not working, man. Hope you feel better, Bob. And thanks for reaching out. So that's what I got. That's it. Yeah, we're positive after.
Oh man, it feels so good to win
Hell yeah.
and to run the ball, and that was our best running performance in over 2 years. Since
Sorry, Ben
2019.
sent another email. He actually just said, "I promise to bring you some real beer, Ricky boy." Ha ha ha. Cooper's Pale Ale from Australia.
Oh yeah, now that would be good.
He said it'll shake you up, baby. I love it.
Yeah, that's
I love
good.
it.
Thanks, Ben.
Yeah. So yeah. Send us more emails. We like to read them, guys, and yeah, we'll see you for the preview.
We're excited about Miller, and we're sad about Juju, but we can't dwell on that. We got to worry about what
Keep moving
guys
forward.
we had. Yes.
Keep moving forward.
It'll be fine. It'll be
Next man
fine.
up. So
Go Steelers.
yeah, go Steelers.